What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to kind of show off what we have finished, kind of. I don't know if it's finished. I gotta make sure that the turbo's not having any leaky problems or other wrongful stuff. God, I can't talk today. I'm so excited. Anything else that's wrong with the car, it's kind of just a shakedown. I put about 20 miles on it just to take it through its paces, but we were able to get the wheel, or the Brembos done. I haven't showed anybody on YouTube these yet. I had them repowder coated, cleaned up quite a bit. Shout out to the Powder Plug AZ. But we kept blowing seals out like pretty bad. I can show you guys. So this is what kept happening to the seals. When I put the piston in, it would grab that seal and pinch it, and I did it not once but twice. I don't know what the formula was on, the last one. It was a rear, so it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't on like the big brakes, but I had to take the little ones apart a couple of times to get it right. But as for now, everything feels good on the brakes. I think I'm gonna bleed them one more time, but engine's running amazing. Could not be happier with how it's running. Everything feels so much different. I mean, we have a new motor, a new trans, we have a bigger sway bar. We're on STI control arms now, Brembos. Just completely different setup from what it was before. Everything has been refreshed, cleaned, everything like that. We also picked up some new door cards. We got some STI blues to go with our seats. I need to start getting rid of all the red and the gold because obviously that don't match, that don't look good. So we'll get a new shift boot. We're gonna get one of these, maybe with the pods, maybe not. I think I want the pods up there. New steering wheel feels amazing. Absolutely love the thing. Like, it's a little bit far back. I think I want to get rid of the quick release. I don't really take my steering wheel off that much anymore because back when I had a bride seat, it was a little hard to get out of, so I had to take my steering wheel on and off. But with these seats, super easy. It's been so long since I've posted. I can't remember the last thing that we were dealing with. So basically, I had to take a hiatus from YouTube for a little while. I felt like I was getting nowhere with my car. Things were just, taking so long and everything's so expensive. I wanted to just kind of take a couple weeks off, let my car just sit, send the Brembos off and not even think about it. And so sent the Brembos off, got them done, ordered the seal kit, waited even longer. And just in the meantime, I've been doing my own thing. I haven't really been working on even like customer cars. I work out at a private racetrack with my girl, and I've just been doing that. But today I got the wind in my sails to actually, get something done on my car that was, able to let me drive it. And once I was able to get it out on the road, run it through its paces, feel the boost again, it completely changed my mind and my mindset. That's why I wanted to hop on, give everyone here a video, say what's going on with my car. It's been a long process. I wanted to do everything right, so I knew it was going to be a long process, but obviously I could have been a little bit quicker with stuff. It's just expensive. I mean, to be able to do the 6-speed swap the way that I wanted to do it, came down to building custom axles, getting all the adapters for the rear, powder coating the Brembos. I don't even have DC CD yet. I gotta still buy a $800 wiring harness from iWire to be able to run the DC CD. But I'm just happy to be able to like feel a 6-speed in my car. I can't tell you the feeling. It's just something that once you have it, you'll never want to go back. I've been driving, my girl got an STI. I've showed everybody that on the channel. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Love that car. I've been driving that car. Obviously it's a 6-speed. And being able to get out of my whole 5-speed setup and go into a 6-speed setup is just like night and day. I mean, it's worth the money. If you have a good enough motor that you're not planning on building, do the 6-speed swap as a mod, because like it changes the whole dynamic of the car. Shifting, everything feels so much better. I'm glad that now I never have to worry about like the 5-speed problems. The other thing that I wanted to say too is I switched from an Exedi on my 5-speed to an ACT Extreme, and holy crap, is that clutch amazing. That thing grabs and just goes. There's, you know, it's hard to explain without actually feeling it for yourself, but I will say ACT makes an amazing product. What other problems have I ran into on this swap? Seems like everywhere I turn, I was having an issue. Well, kind of. So, the one thing I will say, the front mount setup, amazing. Spool, no lag. Cobb does it right. It's an expensive kit. I've said it in the past, but it's worth every penny. This kit is amazing. It fits amazing. It looks amazing. One kind of bummer thing that we're still finding out, you know, we don't know yet if it's a problem, is my turbo might be toast. I might need to send it back out to get completely billet wheel, ported, honed, cleaned, new compressor wheel, everything like that. So the back housing, the exhaust side housing seems to be leaking. I can't tell too much, or I haven't been able to because I haven't been able to drive the car. So that was kind of one of the things that I was doing today, was just running through the car through its paces, you know, getting it all the way up to 6th gear, downshifting. I have a specific kind of list that the short block builder has sent me, Mr. Woolman. If you're watching, thank you so much. It's basically just city driving, a lot of downshifting, you know, introducing a little bit of boost, not too much, just kind of running through, you know, being nice to the car and letting everything kind of find its place. And yeah, but so if we have to send the turbo out, I do like the 20G. I think that's what I want to continue with, but if something else comes up, might have to snag it. I know Grimspeed just dropped their 2 turbo setups. I want to say it's the JB600 and a JB700. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but I want to say that's what it is. So I'd probably be going for the JB7, try it out. But if I get a good deal on, you know, my guy to fix this turbo, then I'll be happy with a 20G. 20G is amazing turbo. It's gonna get me to the power numbers that I want to be at. I don't think I'll have any problems with it, but if the exhaust side housing is leaking oil, it's got to be fixed. It is what it is. But yeah, that's everything on my car. I want to say that we fixed, finished, etc. I want to start working on the interior and getting like my color scheme back to correct, because I'm going to be kind of embarrassed to go to shows and do all of that stuff with such an ugly interior, but it is what it is. Let's see, as for me, Austin's blah-by build. I don't even think I ended up posting a video. We were making a video with his fenders being put on, and his new bumper. I don't think I ever posted it, but if I did, whatever. It's kind of an update video. That's what we're doing today. So I'll throw in some clips right now of his fenders, bumper. He got new wheels. So funny story, he ended up getting the hookup on those. I'll show you them in a second. One of our main parts guys, Dan, shout out Dan, ended up getting a set of BBSs. He needed to move the car that he got the wheels on. We ended up trading Austin's drag set to him for the BBSs, and then they were pretty rough. So I mean, like, we probably got the better end of the deal, but you know, he needed a set of good tires and decent wheels to put on this car so that he could get it out of his life. So it worked out for both of us. But so these wheels were stock as hell, and holy crap, I swear every single one of them was so curved to the point where we were wondering if we were gonna need to weld a bead onto the outside lip to actually fix them correctly. Luckily, between me grinding them and the powder plug Parker, we were able to fix them and powder coat them. They look absolutely amazing. We did them in my color, bronze chrome. It's what I have my covers done as, and my Brembo logos that are powder coated into my actual Brembo. You can see this color is bronze chrome. We ended up doing that on these. So this is the one wheel that had the worst damage. And I mean, when I'm saying worst, like, we didn't know if there was a lip left. So this was kind of the worst of it. It is pretty bad, but when you look at the rest of the set, he also was able to get a spare. So we're gonna go ahead and just have this as its spare, and then we're gonna powder coat a new one that's clean, because the rest of them look great. They just needed a light sand on all of the actual lips to get them back to perfect. This one happened to be the worst of the bunch, so that's what it turned out with. It's bronze chrome with clear vision, and holy crap, this stuff is like so crazy. So in the near future, we will be wrapping his car. That hasn't changed. Wrap ain't cheap, and we want to have the same people that did our mobile wrap for one of our customers come out and do it. We'll do vinyl frog again because we love the finish on that. I think he decided on a color, so hopefully sooner than later we will do that. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna throw in all the clips that we have of powder coat, fenders, bumper, all the stuff that went on Austin's car, and then we'll talk about the future project that's coming in.
New parts. New fucking parts.
Ruh-roh. New fenders.
Yes, sir.
Nice, dude. Got the whole front end cleaned up. 50 shades of fricked.
Yeah, I know, right? Gotta be a whole nother 50 shades of color. 51 now.
So right now, oh, let me fix that. Right now, we have the whole front end torn apart to get everything ready. Right now, he's routing his wiring harness up and over just to make it so that when we do lower the car more, it doesn't rub through the wiring harness. We had kind of that problem on my car where it started to rub and we had to relocate. So while the fenders are off, he's just getting that done really quick. so that we don't have to pull the fenders back off if something like that does happen in the future, because we would like to put some better coilovers on this eventually, or lower it more, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna get the fenders fitted up, try to get a little bit better fitment to the hood, because the hood was rubbing the old ones, and just get overall better fitment. The brand new bumper is sitting right there. All of this stuff we were able to order from Subaru, so it should fit perfect. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that thing's gross.
I gotta take that out. You need a roller. Your camera's not big enough. It doesn't really matter.
I should probably throw some saran wrap over the face.
Something like that.
I had to laugh at your cousin.
All right, let's talk about future projects. So, it's come to the time where me and Austin are ready to tinker again. So what we got is this piece of shit. Beautiful, right? Not at all. So, let's talk about it. One of our customers slash friends, his name is Austin as well, decided to get himself a swap car. Now, in this swap car, it has a new-ish motor, a very strong feeling 5-speed transmission, and a full wiring harness. What we have decided to do is swap his, I want to say it's a 2000, maybe one, GC8 coupe. So the Impreza coupe with a turbo swap. Basically same swap, my car minus built motor, 6-speed. It was my original swap. So coming up in the near future, we're going to be finished gutting this car, which I will show you. It is very torn apart right now. We tore out the interior because I had free time, and we flocked his dash. So, but yeah, we have a 2001 GC8 coupe with a full turbo swap that's in this car. This chassis is toast. We ended up picking it up for pretty cheap. I want to kind of go through another swap situation. We're hoping to do it quick this time. Austin's ready to pull the trigger on a turbo swap for his car, so that's what we're going to be doing in this, well, in his car. But I want to bring that content to you because there's some differences between just swapping a GD to a GD, where it's like non-turbo to turbo. When you're swapping a different car, there's going to be a lot of wiring and like HVAC differences, stuff like that, that I want to show everybody, and I think it'll be a sweet swap. I mean, this one of my dream cars is a coupe GC8, so the fact that I get to be a part of and managing a project where we're going to be doing that swap is pretty sweet. I'm excited for it. Should be a pretty straightforward swap. Luckily, motor, trans, diff, axles, all of that stuff is going to be a direct swap. It's when we get to the wiring for like the door, because it's not a 4-door. A lot of the HVAC stuff is going to be different. Maybe ABS, brake lines, stuff like that. We don't know yet, because I've watched a lot of videos that are like 97 back, and his car is a little bit newer, so definitely going to be some firewall cuts and some crazy stuff like that, but we're ready for it. It's going to be a solid car, super sick. I'm so excited, but I wanted to be able to kind of clue you guys in on that project that will be coming up. I want to say the first couple weeks of May. So I'll try to bring content. Maybe we'll do daily uploads that day. Comment down below if you want to see, you know, everything step by step on that. Like I said, customer is a friend. You'll probably see him in the videos. So more content to come. I'm super excited to have my car, you know, running, moving, functioning, so that I can finish diagnosing every single problem, because this car is going to be perfect. I've spent too much time, too much money, and too much stress, energy to not have it be perfect. So if it ends up back on jack stands with the turbo ripped off for 2 months, it is what it is. I can't drive it in the summer anyways because it's too damn hot. The car doesn't have AC yet. That's another thing. I've been trying to put AC in the thing since I freaking moved here, and it always just gets put on the back burner. Usually that car comes out at night and for shows, so it hasn't bothered me that much, but it's my car, so I want AC. AC in Arizona is a must. It is so freaking hot right here. I'm like sweating right now. It's not fun, but eventually, once everything's fixed, we'll get AC in the car, get that fit finished, and just have a good car that I can enjoy for a couple years. We might even, you know, be very, very non-aggressive with the tune, just for a little while. It's running great on the base map. I drove it probably 20 miles today, and it was a riot. I mean, I only felt 13 pounds of boost, and that was probably too much, but it came on quick. So definitely something I'm excited for in the future. But yeah, hopefully I have some I was able to throw in clips of Austin's car. Obviously it's been so long for, you know, me being on YouTube and continuing this journey and showing everybody what's going on. So I'm really glad that I have the following that I do. There's not many of you, but you know, it's amazing to be able to accomplish what I'm working towards. And I hope that if any of you if any of you are doing this for yourself and you're in a similar situation to me, just know that there is always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't matter if it's 6 months, a year down the road. Eventually, if you work hard enough towards your goals, you will achieve them. The biggest thing that I can say is, if it gets too much, always take a break, because I'd rather, at least in my case, have my own sanity and not be pissed off about the situation, and be able to come at it at a positive, you know, point. Like today, when I was trying to get my car running, I just was like, if I get to drive it, cool. But if something breaks again, we're gonna fix it. Something broke. That's seal. Luckily, when you buy them, I actually was able to find a really good link. I'll talk about that in a second. But when you buy them, you get both sides. For the rears, there's multiple seals, so you can fuck up and you can fix it. As for the rebuild kit, if you are trying to powder coat your Brembos and do the 6-speed swap and everything like that, one thing I will say that did take me some research, actually I can't even take credit for it. Austin found it for me because I was so pissed off about trying to find seals. Because if you buy them from Brembo, they're so expensive. I mean, like, for some, like, you'll look at them on Brembo and you'll be like, really? It's $190 for just the seals. If you're in the situation where you don't need bleeders and the bleeder caps and like all that shit, not a problem. Spend the money, whatever, from Brembo. But if you're in the situation where I was in, with my Brembos being literally garbage, like every seal, I don't know where I cut out. If you're in the situation where you are trying to powder coat and your Brembos themselves are fucked, go on fastwrx.com. They have all of the Brembo rebuild kits. I want to say you have to like special order if you have the gold rears, but they have an option for that on fastwrx. It comes with the seal that you need for the case halves that come together, because when you powder coat, you're supposed to take them apart and fully disassemble them, right? They sell all the pistons if you need pistons, the piston seals, and then the dust boots, as well as bleeders, bleeder caps. Basically, if you need an entire rebuild kit, let's say you just had 2 case halves and hardware, you can rebuild your entire Brembos. It was a lot of research to be able to find that. I won't take credit for it. Thank you, Austin, for actually doing the research for me and finding them, because it was a pain in the ass. I want to say rears shipped are $75. I know that because I just had to rebuy them. And let's say you buy the whole kit, I want to say it's like maybe $160, but it comes with everything. And that is the way to do it. Especially even if you think your seals are okay, that's kind of like the whole way that you stop. So if you're getting fresh powder coat on your nice Brembos, the last thing you want is something to fail and you can't stop and then you total your car. So if you're gonna powder coat them, just rebuild them. $170 at most to have peace of mind. They come fast, pay for the fast shipping. That's what I did. It wasn't a big deal, but it was an absolute just drawn out nightmare for me. At least it could have been done in like a week, but I drew it out over like 4 months. Shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. Yeah, as for everybody that's stuck around through this video, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna try to bring you guys as much content on this GC to GD WRX swap. Hopefully it'll, generate some good content for the future. I love showing you guys what I'm doing. I had to take a hiatus for a little while just to get back, and we're back. So thank you guys. I appreciate everybody. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about either 6-speed related swap stuff, Brembo rebuild stuff, maybe I'll try to find a link for the fastwrx swap rebuild. My brain's mush today. I'll try to link that down below. But yeah, thank you guys. If Austin comes over later, I know I'm saying goodbye, but if Austin comes in later, I will try to get you guys some clips of his car. It looks like shit, but it's part of the process, right? It's a slow thing. And that's the nice thing about, building cars, is it doesn't have to be fast. If you half-ass a lot of the stuff on a car, people are gonna know. Everyone's gonna see it. You're gonna see it. It's gonna bug you. As much as you say that it doesn't matter, it does. Do it right. What are we doing this for? If we're not gonna build cars correctly and learn in the process. So that's the biggest thing, and what I can say is, learn. Don't pay somebody else to do this stuff. I get it. If you have the money to do it, pay somebody to do it. But knowledge is power, especially in this game. So appreciate all of you. If Austin comes over later, I'll get some clips of his car. I'll throw them in at the end. And thank you guys.